Continuing here on our introduction day at Wells Fargo Center as the Flyers unveil a new era of orange with a new leadership in place now. And Valerie Camillo has joined us. She's the president and CEO of Spectacor Sports and Entertainment. And Valerie, I guess to start, just tell us a little bit about your excitement about this new group. And, it's meshing with a refreshed building. Just about every surface has been touched here at Wells Fargo Center. And, moving forward here, it's going to be a great new experience. What's it like for you to be involved in that?
Yeah, new leadership team on the ice, new building off the ice. We couldn't be more excited. It's going to be an exciting year starting next season.
This has been, billed as a lot of collaboration here for Keith Jones in the new position, bridging hockey with the business side of things. What are the things you're looking forward to in terms of working with him and how that can kind of enhance the fan experience?
Yeah, we've just got a lot of exciting things on the horizon, and I look forward to collaborating with Danny and Keith to figure out, what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. We were, first day, I reached out to Keith and I said, hey, we're having some conversations about some big events coming forward, maybe some things that'll take us back outside again to play, or, even we want to consider another international game. We played in 2019, the last time in Prague. And so certainly, that has an impact on the team, and they need to be front and center in that decision making. So that's the sort of things we'll collaborate on. Marketing, we want it to reflect the personality and the vision for the team. And so we're excited, to join together on these things.
Keith, obviously this is a new position officially, but you've probably had some time in your head to kind of go over some things you want to do in terms of, bridging the hockey and business sides together. What are you looking at in terms of getting involved in that?
Yeah, well, the first thing is going to be listening and doing a lot of talking, a lot of conversation, getting to know everybody really well. I've known Valerie for a long time. I have not known her to work together, and I can't wait to do that. The early indications are terrific, and we've had some really good and thoughtful meetings about where we're heading. I have been so fortunate. I've traveled to every arena in the National Hockey League multiple times. I'm a walker. I like to walk around the arena, especially when it's cold outside, get my steps in. So I have looked at all the ins and outs of every arena, and ours, thankfully, is right there. And that's not easy to do when you have an older building. It's incredible what Valerie and her team have done to make this place a great place for a fan to come and watch a game. And I'm looking forward to, coming up with other ideas and having the privilege to have Valerie run things by me and give my opinion on, what we as a team and the players and the fans, in my eyes, would also want to see. So I'm excited.
And we're not going to design the locker room, for example, which is happening this summer, without great input from the hockey side. So you don't want my taste down there. You got to figure out. Figure out what the guys want.
Well, Brian, if I could just add quickly to it, and I'm letting you into the interview process. As we went into the final interviews, a key for me and the organization as a whole is that the leadership of business, Valerie, the leadership of hockey, Keith, needed to be lockstep and ready and willing to embrace each other for whatever reason, whatever we're trying to accomplish. In this case, during the interview process, they started an exchange. The rest of us were not in the room. It was about how we can collaborate. And Keith at one point said, Valerie, I need you. I need to work closely with you. And to me, it was music to my ears. And so just an insight that we're off to a good start, but our success will be built on the ability of these two individuals, with Danny, myself, Torts, and the rest of the organization supporting their leadership.
Keith, you obviously had time as a player working with front office staff and public relations, what have you, from the player side of things. So you've got that perspective as well. You've got the television perspective, which really is kind of unique behind the scenes. I assume that's got to be kind of a benefit for you to have that background and be able to use that to kind of vault into this new position.
It is a benefit, and I haven't even explored it as much as I'm going to, because this process was so private. So I have best friends in this game that are presidents of other teams, and I finally got to talk to them yesterday. So I got some great insight from Joe Sakic. Had a good conversation with Chris Drury. We were both teammates in Colorado. If you look at that Avalanche organization, you're going to see a lot of winning. And I was fortunate to stop in Colorado and have a very productive, but also the type of experience that gives you that it gives you the opportunity to see inside what winners do. And I was very privileged to be involved with a lot of guys that have moved on from that team and have gone on to do great things in management. I'll rely on that. I grew up really under David Poyle in Washington, and I have so much to thank him, Jack Button, who passed shortly after I was drafted to Washington. Those men did a lot for me and giving me an opportunity to get to the National Hockey League. And if you look at their resume, you're going to see an awful lot. Barry Trotz was my first coach in Baltimore in the minors, and is a very good friend to this day. So I have a lot of other people to catch up with as well. But I'm in a very privileged position because I'm friends with those guys, and I'm gonna obviously reach out and get all the information that I need to move forward.
Valerie, you mentioned the locker room space here. That renovation's happening this summer, but the rest of the building is finally done by and large. We're painting the outside and things like that right now. But now that everything's done, what can fans see as far as the organization expanding now into a finished building? Some of the things that might be developing behind the scenes to have some even better amenities for fans in the coming year, and maybe even be able to draw the hockey side into that a little bit.
Yeah, so we, in the addition to what we call the event level, which is the locker room space and some of the back of house stuff for performers, and our shared partnership with the Sixers, so that'll happen this summer. We are still putting some additional finishing touches on the exterior. We're going to have some exciting enhancements that go beyond just sort of the color of the building, some of the painting that we're doing. And we're also expanding our retail operation and expanding our team store and doing some exciting things there. So when fans come back next October, next September for some of the preseason games, I think they're going to see some continuing exciting evolution of the building, which we're delighted to do.
So Dan, I guess take us home here. It's middle of May, headed into an off season here with a lot of exciting things ahead, a lot of exciting possibilities. What are your feelings headed into this off season now with this team in place?
Well, I think we've built the foundation for a very bright future when you're talking about Keith and Valerie and their leadership roles, and Danny Briere in his new leadership role, Coach Torts ensconced in his position, and me in my role. I feel like we're ready to, in a very collaborative way, begin the process of rebuilding a winning culture, a sustainable winning culture. But I think as a group, we realize we need to preach patience, and we're going to be open about communicating with fans and the community as a whole about where we're headed. And we're going to work as a group of 5, honestly interacting around the key issues related to building a successful organization that, as I said, is the envy of the NHL.
Well, thank you all for joining us here today. We certainly appreciate the time and the insight, and looking forward to a fantastic summer. Very exciting time for Philadelphia Flyers fans here, and we are really looking forward to what the next few months will bring. So stay with us here, of course, at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com. All of our social channels will keep you up to speed on everything going on with the team. Until then, enjoy the great weather, have a fantastic summer, and we're looking forward to a lot of great things here with the Philadelphia Flyers.